Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, I wanted to do this video because, I've talked about this before, but I want to go into more detail. I want to talk about, this myth of guys thinking, oh, if I get a lot of money, then I'm just going to get girls. It's just going to happen like that. So, all I got to do is get my money up, and then the girls will just find me. It's just going to happen that way. So, I'm going to read this email that I got from a subscriber, and it says, hey, my closest boys, they are listeners of yours, but when they face some difficulties in the game, they give the whole, if I had money and status, this shit would be easy, etc. One of my boys has this whole mindset that if he gets six figures, that he's going to shut the game down. My other boy, every time he faces difficulties, he rationalizes that these women are only having sex with dudes who have money or status. We are in college, so he thinks a lot of athletes get played. They both argue to me about money and status being their cure for their lack of sex with women. I know they will listen and respect it coming from you. So could you please explain why having this mindset will make them lose in the game? All right. So basically, what you guys got to understand is this. I get this all the time. And so what guys don't understand is this, is that just having money is not going to change your situation with women. I'll say that again. Just having money is not going to change your situation with women, right? So what do I mean by this? And you're probably thinking, well, how come it seems like, women are all, with these guys who have money and yada, 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 right? Now, see, women will get with a guy who has money, but just because he has money, that's not necessarily the reason why he got her. So, for example, if a guy walks into a bar or club, and let's say he's like, let's say he's fucking, like, he's ridiculously rich. The dude has like $500 million, right? He walks into a bar and he has like $500 million, right? Just him having the money is not going to make women flock to him because these women don't even know he has the money. You understand what I'm saying? He's just walking in there just like any other guy and he's chilling, getting a drink. Maybe he's with his friend or whatever. How do they know that he has $500 million in the bank? They don't, right? So if they are to know that he has that, he would have to actually go and approach them and talk to them, get into a conversation, do all this other stuff, which is still him having to go out there and do this. You understand what I'm saying? And so, the thing is that, women, they like a man who has money, but just having it doesn't mean that you're going to get the chick, because even though you have money, you still have to do things in order to get them. You understand what I'm saying? You need to do something to get her. You can't just sit there unless you are the type of guy who goes into a bar or to a place and you go up to, I guess, like, let's say you're at a club and then you tell the DJ, hey, I need you to announce that I have $500 million and I'm buying rounds for everybody in the place. Then if you do that, then girls are going to know you have money and they'll probably try to come and holler at you and all this other stuff, right? But if you're not doing that, if you're not sitting there announcing the shit, which, most people wouldn't do, they're not even going to know you have money. So the thing is that even though you have money, you still have to do something. So just having the money doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the women. You still have to do something to get them, period. You understand? So you still got to go up and talk. You still got to go up and interact with them. So if you're the type of guy who's scared to approach women, right? If you're the type of guy who's scared to have a conversation with a girl because you're scared of her rejecting you and all that other good stuff, right? Then what point does it make that you even have money? You're not really doing anything to get into those situations or conversations with her to make anything happen anyway. You see what I'm saying? So you still need to do something. See, saying all I need to do is get money and then I'm going to get a girl is the equivalent of someone saying, all I need to do is get my bachelor's degree and I'm going to get a good job. You understand? See, it doesn't work that way. You can get your bachelor's degree, you can get your master's degree, and you can have probably a better chance of, getting a well-paid job if, having that than not having that. But just having it just the acquiring of it doesn't mean you're going to get a good job. You understand? You still have to go out there and find a job, even though you have the master's and bachelor's degree. You feel what I'm saying? So even though you have money, you still got to go out there and find the women. You understand what I'm saying? Just having the money isn't going to automatically have chicks knocking down your door trying to fuck with you. You understand? The same way as having a bachelor's degree, a master's degree is not going to have jobs knocking down your door to hire you. You understand? You still got to go out there. You still got to put your resume out. You still got to go into job interviews. You still got to do all of that shit to get the job, even though you have the bachelor's and master's degree. Even though you have the money, you still got to go out there, talk to the girls, interact with them. And then once that is going on, you understand? And if they see you have money, then that could help you in a certain way. You understand? Where they'll be like, oh, okay, he has money too. Cool. You understand what I'm saying? But just having the money isn't going to necessarily make it easier. You understand what I'm saying? Because let's go back to the bachelor's degree thing, right? Because this is the thing. What most guys say is that they say, well, if I had the money, it would just be easier, right? Than having to just like talk to girls and interact with them and make it happen on some regular shit, right? Now, the thing is that it doesn't necessarily make it easier, because just like when, if you ever see like a job, description, usually they'll say, we're looking for someone with a bachelor's degree or equivalent experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're saying, hey, you either need the bachelor's degree or you need the experience of whatever this job entails, and then you can get hired, right? So you can have the money or you can have the experience, which is the game. So you don't even need the fucking money if you have game. This is what I keep trying to tell you guys. You understand what I'm saying? But see, what happens is that you think it's going to be easier with the money. The same way a person might say, well, it's going to be easier with the bachelor's degree, but it's not. Even if you have the bachelor's degree or if you have the experience, you still got to go out and interview and get the job. You understand what I'm saying? You still got to go out there and, go back and forth and make something happen. You understand? So at the end of the day, you still got to do shit. You understand what I'm saying? You still have to do shit. And it's funny, what I find interesting is, guys think like, okay, well, if I have six figures or if I have this or if I have that, then, it's going to be easier to get girls. But what's happening is when you say that, what you're doing now is that you are making your goal of getting money about women. You understand what I'm saying? So you should definitely get money. You should be focused, getting your paper, stacking your paper, being financially set. That shit should be on point. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're doing that to get women, nah, son, you're that's not, I would suggest to not do that. You understand what I'm saying? Get your money for you. And then, if that helps you in the, in your, pursuit of interacting with women, then that's cool. But if you're saying, oh, well, I'm not going to try to get girls or whatever. I'm going to work hard to get money so that I can get girls. If that's your mentality, you understand what I'm saying? Then what happens is that you're tying your interactions with women to the amount of money that you can make. You understand? So now let's say, for example, if something happens where you're unable to make the certain amount of money you think you want or that you think you need in order to get a girl, you understand what I'm saying? Then now you're going to be like, well, I can't even deal or talk to any woman until I get my money up. So now your whole situation is tied in with, how your money is. And the thing is with money is that your money can go up and down at any moment. One moment you can have this much, the next moment you have shit, the next moment you have a little bit more, the next moment you ain't have nothing, and it goes up and you know what I'm saying? It could go which way, anyway, at any time. So now what happens is that you're putting the value on what you can even do with a woman based off of your money. You understand? Instead of understanding that when you have game, your game is not going to basically go anywhere unless you're the type of person who's not really working on it. You understand? You don't necessarily need any of those outside things to dictate what's going to go down. See, the reason why women generally are gonna gravitate to a guy who has money, or it seems like, oh, it's just that he has money, that's why she's with him, is that money is just a physical representation of a guy knowing how to, or a guy having resources. You understand? And so having that money can come and go in any time. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you're just looking at that as the sole purpose of how you can get women, then you're going to have a tough time, because truth be told, just having the money isn't the thing that gets the girl. Again, because I said you still have to do something. This is why you have a lot of guys who go in these pickup artist boot camps that cost like $3, $4, $5, almost $6,000 for a weekend. You understand? To learn how to get girls. Now, if you're the type of person who can spend $6,000 for a weekend retreat or whatever, you got some money on you. You understand what I'm saying? Or you at least saved enough money to be able to do that, or whatever you want to whatever you want to say about it. The point is that you have enough money to spend on that. So that means you have money. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have money, what would be the point of going to the boot camp if you can just use your money to get girls, or not even use your money to get girls? If it is in fact all you do need is money, and you have the money, then where are the girls? You understand what I'm saying? Where are the girls with the money you have? Because, this is the thing. How much money do you even need for it? Because, in the email, the guy was like, well, if I get 6 figures, but then to somebody else, that could be nothing. Another person might be like, I need $1 million. Another person might be like, oh, all I need is at least, 20,000, every, another 20,000 every year, or I just need this, or I need that. You understand? So what actually is the amount of money you need to get girls? You understand what I'm saying? And so the thing is that if you actually even wanted to front and fraud and fake it, you could probably try that out. Because if you're the average dude, let's say you're making $40,000, $50,000 a year, and you're a single guy, and let's say you take a few, like after 2 or 3 months, you save up some money, you take a few $1,000s, and you go to some club and you try to make it rain or something, or show them some way that you have money. You understand? If you want to do that and attract some chicks, I say try it and go ahead, right? Go ahead and do it. The problem you're going to run into is that you are going to be using that to get the girls in the situation, but you are still not going to know what to do to keep the shit going, or to to progress the moment to another moment to make something happen, right? It's like the equivalent of let's say you stole a car, but you don't know how to drive it. You understand what I'm saying? What's the point? Okay, I got the car. I got I broke in. I got this BMW. Shit, I don't know how to fucking drive this shit. Where am I going to go? How are we going to make this happen? You understand? So now you got all this money, you flashing all this money, these girls is all up on you. Okay, so how do you transition that to you, fucking with the chick? You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations where, I've been around a lot of dudes that they be buying the bottles and they doing all of this shit and they doing all of that shit. And they trying to hug up on the girls and everything. And they try to get the girls home, and some of the girls still be fronting. You understand what I'm saying? They stay there. They drink up all the liquor. You know what I'm saying? Dudes be buying them shit and all this other stuff. And when it's time to get down, they still fronting. You understand? Because most of them are attention whores and just gold diggers. So once in a blue moon, a dude might get a chick who, will fuck him. And then since he doesn't really understand the game and, he's been tricking and simping and all this other stuff, he gets taken advantage of. And then a lot of times he ends up losing out on a whole bunch of fucking money because he thinks, okay, well, I need money in order to get the girl. And then once the money is gone, once he doesn't have as much as he once did, you understand? Or let's say that money, fluctuates in a way where he's not really, having the amount of money he once had. And then he sees the girls leaving and not fucking with him. That fucks with his self-esteem even more. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you're dealing with chicks and you're doing that whole money thing, it'll fuck with your self-esteem when you notice that you're not getting the attention you want because you don't have the money you once had. Or what happens is it's fucking with your self-esteem, anyway, because you're trying to acquire money in order to get the women, because all it's saying is that you're not good enough and you need to get this money thing in order for the woman to pay you any attention. In order for a woman to like me, I have to have money because she wouldn't like me otherwise. That's what you're saying to yourself. You understand? And again, just having the money doesn't automatically mean you're going to get the girls, because let me tell you something. I know some matchmakers. I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say any companies. Okay. But I'm just going to tell you this. There are guys out there who are paying these companies 6 figures. Okay. Up to 6 figures to find them a woman. You understand what I'm saying? They're paying to find them a woman. So if it was just about just getting money, why would they need to pay somebody to find them a woman? Couldn't they just find the woman because they have money? You understand what I'm saying? Wouldn't women just be flocking and breaking down their doors and trying to jump all over them because they got money? If that's what we're talking about, right? What would be the reason for these guys who can pay 6 figures to a matchmaker to find them a woman? What would be the point of that? Because again, if you have 6 figures just to pay for that, that means you making some type of paper. I'm sorry. If you're able to buy or purchase or, some service 6 figures, let's say something like 100 grand, like low 6 figures, 100 grand. If you can pay 100 grand to a service to find you a fucking, somebody, that should tell you that just having money is not going to be the thing that's going to get you the women. You still have to do something. Just like those guys, they're using their money to pay for the service to try to get them the girl. They're still trying to do something to get the girl. There's always something that needs to be done. You understand? And again, it doesn't make it easier because you still need to actually do things. You understand? So my point is that if you need to do something, even if you have money, and you have to do something, even if you don't have money, why would you wait to try to get money to do something when you can do something now? You understand? And truth be told, most guys are not really going to be a rich dude. You understand? Most guys out here are not going to be making, hundreds of thousands of dollars, 6, 7 figures a year. It's not happening. You understand? The average person's making probably like 30 to maybe 50,000. So what is this thing about you? Oh, I got to wait till I get my money up. What money are you getting up? What are you doing to even make that happen? Even if you're thinking about that, you understand? And how long is it going to take for that to even happen? And then once it happens, what is your game plan to get the girls now that you have this money? And what is your game plan to maintain the situations that you're with, you're in with these women to continue that process? Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, get your money for you. You understand? And see, the thing is this, there's going to be women who are going to be, this is what happens. You see a woman and she is with a guy and you can tell he has money, right? Now, what happens a lot of times is those guys still have to do something, talk to the girl, interact with her, hang out with her a little bit, feel the vibe and all this other stuff. And then she was like, oh, this dude has money. And then that was something else that intrigued her about the situation. So you using the money should be more of the icing on the cake versus you making the whole the icing the cake. You understand? Like it's crazy. Right? So if you have money, use it to your advantage within the game. You understand? But what you don't want to do is you don't want to rely on the money as the thing that's going to get you women, because what happens is that you still have to do shit. Right? So if you because the thing is this, what's going to happen is you're going to have this fantasy of, oh, I need to get my money up and I'm gonna get girls. And you get your money up And then now you're stuck and you're like, why am I still not getting girls? And the reason why you're still not getting girls is because you got to do shit. Same thing where guys would be talking about looks and shit. It's like, oh, if I looked better, if I had good looks and all this other stuff. You understand? These quote unquote good looking guys, or you understand, they still have to do shit. They still got to walk up to the girl and talk. They still got to, set the date up. They still got to make that shit happen. You understand? So the thing is that you're thinking of it too, like in this sort of linear way. You're thinking of it like you're not thinking of the details and the complexities that go along with interacting with women. Do you understand what I'm saying? You think, oh, I just got to get money and then I'm going to get my dick sucked. Now you can if you pay for a prostitute, but most guys aren't thinking about that. Most guys are thinking, if I get money, I'm going to get a girlfriend. As soon as I get the money, these girls are going to pay attention to me. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but how is that going to happen? Take me step by step. Tomorrow, I transfer $10 million into your bank account. Now, what are you doing to get these girls now? What are you doing? Besides paying for escorts and whores, what are you doing? You understand what I'm saying? How are you getting that girl to go on a date with you, come back to your place? How are you doing that? Now that you have money, you have $10 million, we're both in a nightclub, it's 8 p.m., and you want to take that girl by the bar home with you. What do you do? What do you say to her? How do you make this happen? Do you just go up to her and say, hey, how you doing? Listen, I got $10 million in my bank account. What's good? Is that what you do? Like, what are you doing? That's what I want to know. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's still something that has to be done. But what all you guys see is you see the outcome of it. You see a guy who you think, okay, he looks like he has money, he has a nice car. That's why the girl wants, that's why the girl's with him. But he didn't just go and walk into a bar and just stand there, and then like 3 or 4 girls ran up to him and then walked out with him in 2 seconds. It just doesn't work that way. You see what I'm saying? There's still something on his part where he has to do something. No matter what, you still have to do something. And you thinking that by you just having money, that it's going to make it easier, then you're fooling yourself. You understand? You're as gullible as the person who thinks that just because they get their degree, that means they're entitled to a job. You understand what I'm saying? You still got to go out there and grind to get that job. Same thing when you have money. You think because you get money, you're entitled to get pussy. You still have to grind to get that pussy you want to fuck. You understand? It's really that simple.
Master the game and join dating and life coach Mr. Locario live in New York City on Saturday, March 25th in Times Square for the Bad Boy Seminar. Mr. Locario has some exclusive, realistic approaches to the dating game that will help you be successful with women. Purchase your tickets at MrLocario.com. Space is extremely limited, so pick up your tickets today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.